Our lower bracket final between a Swede and a Russian. A rare sight in this day and age of Warcraft 3. The rematch of the winner bracket semifinal in DC versus HawK.
It was one of the bigger upsets of this tournament. DC getting the 2-1 victory there over HawK with quite a specific playstyle. One that perhaps we don't see so much necessarily. Usually it's Foggy showing us how Night Elf is played, but DC is making a strong case for himself, being one of the strongest Night Elves in Europe. Hasn't been seen too much in the recent tournaments, but has been seen certainly on ladder. He is deservedly here, and with that top 3 is making a really good performance indeed. Can he make it all the way to the grand final? Can he best HawK a second time? Or has the strongest human in Europe found an answer?
Happy versus HawK. We've seen that in a lot of cups recently as well. Wouldn't be the biggest surprise. We will definitely get a new final in Season 2. We had Happy versus X-Lord. That is impossible to recreate. And yeah, either HawK or LiilD.C will go into the grand final for the very first time against Happy, who is the current reigning champion. While I'm trying to reconnect to Twitch. It is happening now. We are going into the match.
We have seen Northern Isles between these two before. In fact, we've seen it from DC twice already this tournament. Played against FOD and played against HawK. And the strategy there he went for was fast expansion, creeping with the Keeper, some clarity and stuff, and counter expanding. Against FOD it worked. Against DC it didn't. And we see DC here already making adjustments. He's not going to play the same style here anymore with that fast expo creep. He's going to be going for the Tuskar camp instead for a fast level 2, a big item, and perhaps aggressive potential. Most humans like to fast expand against Night Elf nowadays. HawK mostly is one of those humans. And DC perhaps this time will want to be more aggressive against him.
Alrighty. Archmage it is for HawK. And the Warden, gonna be curious how well this works. Again, on Echo Isles was so good with a level 10 Warden. Didn't play her here, as you said, it was only Echo Isles. So we found a way to make her happen on the cold maps of Warcraft as well. Curious if we're gonna see a bullying Shadow Strike build first into Fan of Knives, as the Tome of Retraining is cheaper now on this patch from 300 to 200. Could give more build variety. Maybe you go into full damage build early and later into Blink. The Warden should benefit a lot from the Tome of Retraining.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to see it more and more nowadays. I think we're going to see it everywhere but Terrana Stand. On many maps, you can't creep as well as on Terrana Stand, so you're going to need to find some kills earlier to get you more experience. And Shadow Strike is for that usually the way better skill than Fan of Knives is. And of course you want to have Blink as well pretty quickly, but especially get those kills early. And the Warden might be looking for those kills early at the expansion creep of the human. This is pretty easily done so far. And again, no Wisp detonates coming in here by DC, something he doesn't like to do so much at the early stages.
At least not in the early stages. Archmage with that gets level 2 pretty much right away. And it is the Shadow Strike build. Needs to do quite some damage here to slow down the Archmage. But second Engine of War again. Probably for creeping, but this is an expensive early game for DC.
Massive denies are important. HawK doesn't quite get that one. It's all about the experience here for the Warden. This is the reason why they see that second Ancient of War. We see that a lot on Terrana Stand already. On Terranas you can creep a ton with Ancients of War, especially because you can go for Merc support as well. But this map, no mercenary camps. Not exactly ideal for the Warden in this early game. I wouldn't really call ideal at all. One Shadow Strike was wasted on the IM. The other one only got a single Peasant. Seems like DC needs to get a little bit more done right now.
Okay, it does have some time until the expansion is there. Hides in the shadows now. Has the potion of greater healing, can bait a couple more shots. Mana's looking good, so even healing at Moonwells wouldn't be too expensive, but it would be a big time investment as he has to run all the way back. HawK is constantly scouting for this as well. And now moving over with the Engine of War. The second Engine of War can of course produce and or go to the lab to continue creeping there, but HawK can be pretty happy with this early.
And you got a very valuable scout out there with the footy. He knows DC likely will be wanting to creep the natural now. He double checks once more. And the AM is in position to be aggressive against that right away. Great play here by HawK. Just solid all the way through. He can go for the boots now at the shop if he wants. Or a dust. Or both. Well, forgets about the dust a little bit maybe. But also has the sentry ward still. The warden comes in to intercept. And DC doesn't feel safe enough here to actually start the creep camp.
Player's forces are under attack.
Okay, not too easy indeed. Gets probably 1 or 2 footmen here now. Warden got 1, the other one moves away. How good are the last hits of HawK now, and how much damage can he do? Another Wisp save. He's really doing that well usually. But Shadow Melt is not an option thanks to the Sentry Ward. Engine of War taking a lot of damage as well. Uh-oh.
Seems to be quickly going from bad to worse. The Ancient of War is lost. Again, Shadow Strike used on the AM, who got level 3 with Militia simultaneous creeping. These Ancients of War on the AM just always seem completely wasted, never really threatening him much, partly in thanks to that parry apt.
Yeah,
And
one of
this
the
early
best.
game Warden isn't quite taking off.
Also no follow-up right clicks, right? Because HawK responded very quickly, very well by buying boots. So even if the Archmage is slowed down, not too much of a follow-up here. Follow-up by Herring, 528 with a 2-month resub. Much love. Tixic as well.
DC needs to get to level 3 here very quick. And then find 1 kill after the next. Establish his counter expansion. But HawK is just not allowing this too easily. HawK has played against Warden many, many times before. His days on Netties have readied him for this situation right here. And the Sentry Ward still giving vision over at the natural, sees the creep happening, but knows he might be too late for that. Pushing into the main, going for the Hunter's Hall. Uh-oh! Is he in time for the repair?
Water Elemental expires, mass repair is here. There's another Water Elemental. Whew, DC fixes this issue. While finishing this spot, Crystal Ball, meh. More repair forced. Is that the TP? Oh, wow.
Waiting for the Shadow Strike. Or is it Final Knives level 2? It might be. No, Shadow Strike.
It's
player's
Blink
forces are
as
under
well.
attack.
So Shadow Strike 2 and Blink. But yeah, HawK is mining quite a bit. 4 footmen saved. And the region scroll is really good now.
DC once again rushing tier 3, wants to get all that bonus experience with the Warden blinking after these footies. He's already getting 15% bonus XP. When he reaches tier 3, it's going to be 30% bonus experience. HawK keeps missing on these denies, unfortunately, but still, even with that the case, the Warden is still far away from level 5. But once Dryads come out, with these archers, footies could easily be snacks to get him to that desired level up. HawK needs defense. He's moving out again.
Yeah, HawK more of a Hearthstone player than Dota, right? I guess. Mana Stone, the best for the Warden. Another Ancient falling here, though. And this expansion is very, very likely to be cancelled. Ooh, or not. Or is it?
Elemental. Is it enough? I doubt it.
Sure.
But the AM is coming back in. He's got a second Water Elemental with a second one that should be working well enough. Footy's in the main, by the way. Archer's trying to deal with him, but they do have defend now, which makes it very tough to do indeed. And great multitasking here by HawK. With the boots, still able to run away. Didn't even cost him the TP. He cancels the expansion. He cancels the shop. In fact, he kills the shop. Cancels the Moonwell.
Kills
Great
another
play by
Wisp
HawK.
as well. Wow, he's getting so much done on multiple screens. Very, very well. And this is a problem. That's definitely a problem. He blew up the Hunter's Hall. This is not a good game by for DC.
No. It just simply is a very tough Warden map, much harder than Echo Isles or Terran Stand. DC noticed his keeper didn't work last time, but this Warden has an even worse time, in fact, I would say. HawK's teching, MK coming, getting ready for the tier 3 stages. And this Warden is far away from taking over this game.
Consumes the mana stone now. Usually you would love to keep that for the free mana region. Trying to creep. But all the fragile units here taking some damage. Pretty much 0 damage done to the economy, right? Like absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you can't really do it very well outside of the early game at the expansion. There you can get some peasants, or very late game when you are level 5 with Blink Fan. But wasn't able to get there. Now finally is, with the Watch Element. Okay, is it time to retrain?
200 gold, he got that, close to the shop. That's not my time at the moment. HawK is so filthy rich, by the way. Close to 2k gold now. Waiting for the tier 3 tech. Got the double workshop ready. Oh, here's the Tome of Retraining. Fan, can you creep that? Okay. No.
Not exactly, but he can weaken the camp a little bit and then creep it with his army.
Yep.
I'd love to see a second hero here. Panda or Tinker, maybe even Demon Hunter. But I guess he wants to stay solo ward and get the level 6 soon. But level 6 against a tier 3 human isn't the end all be all that it is against tier 2 human.
Yeah, kind of hard to get the kills then. Especially against a lot of mechanical units. But we also get mortars and then she can jump into them or onto them. What's HawK's build anyway?
Yeah, he hasn't revealed it yet, really. He could still go for rifles, but it is Knights. Knights triple hero and tanks. Whole bunch of tanks.
Tanks, okay. Zeppelin drop tanks. Can have gyros against incoming fairy dragons. Can add more to teams with frag shots, really good. Warden now in the main base to cause some trouble.
And these peasants sometimes survive one hit. That's something I haven't seen before. So the 10 HP helps out a little tiny bit against the Warden.
Okay. Can get a lot of kills here now. Oy, 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 oy. Yeah, you shouldn't fight a Warden with pickaxes, my friend.
She's getting very close now to 6, indeed. Could take out another water elemental here as well. And the Warden blinks out.
That was almost perfectly calculated, man. Well done. Okay, level 6 with the mana potion committed. How many units did he lose? Oh, 1 bear for free here.
Yeah, HawK needs a second Zeppelin, maybe. There's a Zeppelin at the expansion, keeping the economy safe there, but nothing in the main.
Choo-choo, though. Siege engines are coming. Little change to them. They give more experience now. Quite a bit more. So this could lead to a higher level Warden. But yeah, the problem is the Warden is not good against tanks.
Yeah, what you need to have is a second base, lots of bears, lots of upgrades, and just a big army to deal with these tanks. Maybe a second hero, but if you're low line, that's not even required. But, you know, only 1 base here for DC. HawK pushing into the main. Normally tanks are supposed to buy time and then you creep up in the meanwhile. But HawK, he wants to finish this game here, it seems.
Yeah, even the Avatar isn't too strong because there's not too many targets. DC taps out. GG. HawK with the 3rd win in a row and DC with the 3rd loss in a row. Talking about momentum.
25 more bucks from me. Seems like HawK here on Northern Isles knows exactly what to do. DC changes course, goes for the Warden. But the Warden, a very difficult hero to master, especially if it's not Terrana Stand, and for Northern, it wasn't quite good enough. But he still has other strong maps remaining. We're gonna have Concealed Hill and what was the other one? Echo Isles left. Echo very good for Warden, and Concealed pretty good for Keeper.
Alright, let's see if he goes for that. The Warden experiment absolutely not working out. But okay. Would love to get some best of threes. It's been very one-sided series so far today. Two by HawK over X-Lord, 2-0 by Happy over DC. Love this to go all the way.
Would be a bit of more money coming into the prize pool from us as well. Prize pool that you guys can still contribute to for our next season, for season 4. To have a nice big chunk of change there.
Indeed. By the way, if you want to contribute without spending money, the guys are still looking for developers. If you have some free time and some skills to your chest, there is a Reddit thread, reddit.com/r/WC3. W3 Champions is looking for help. It is a pinned thread, so you can find all the information over there. There's also a link to the Discord where you can get in contact with the guys. You can take a look at their GitHub and Trello. So how far is the development and what's left to do in the development? I have no idea about any of this, but maybe you are, and you can speed up the process.
How many people do we have there now? Abe, Floss, Matmoto, who am I forgetting?
There are quite a few new ones. Fluxu, who was in charge of the host spots, for example. And yeah, the thread did help, but you know, more manpower is always better to improve even faster. With that being said, map number 2, Echo Isles. And in the break, we got another contribution to the pool. Alps, $18. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the next tournament. 3,300, 700 to go, and for the full funding of Season 4. It's gonna be the Christmas tournament, probably.
Casting that with some hot glue wine in my hand, dude.
Yeah, oh yeah. Santa hats on, singing some songs together.
Oh yeah. Eating some cookies. How am I gonna get cookies though? I don't know how to make. I was about to say cook cookies. Bake cookies.
Well, the community can send you some.
Yeah. You can always get those at the Christmas market. This is an interesting game, dude. What the hell is happening here, man?
What Christmas markets, though?
Our second map with an MK first against a tavern build by LiilD.C. Now, most Night Elves nowadays favor a Beastmaster, but I've never once seen it from LiilD.C before. HawK sent over a peasant right away to harass the creeping of the Merc camp. That's what he was expecting, but that wasn't the case. So that's kind of a lot of lumber lost already for him indirectly.
I'm gonna make a call here. Let's say Dark Ranger.
Yeah, I thought the same as well. It's a classic Echo Isles kind of hero. Lots of skeletons coming out. And it actually matches up really well against a Mountain King.
Silence, pretty good against him. Lots of small creep camps for skeletons as well. So are we right, Remo? We'll see it in 2, 1. Ba-bam, as if we know something about this game.
Yeah, if she gets to level 3 fast and has a lot of skeletons on the map, possibly spreading them out as well, it's really hard for the MK to deal with it. Maybe you can hope for hitting 1 or 2 magnificent claps, but then you're going to be out of mana. What do you do then if you even get those claps? The AM with range damage units of Water Elemental and Berserkers later on is way more reliable at dealing with the Dark Ranger, and also more reliable at pressuring her expansion. The Dark Ranger will need to expand. Similar to a Keeper, she's a summon hero, strong early, falling off quite a bit later. But if she gets level 6, her ultimate can change a game.
And can change a game in a way that you can control Zerglings. Not on this map, but on Amazonia. Passion has shown us that it's possible in the DreamHack qualifiers. Yeah, and you can get some more powerful units, like everything your opponent has, for example.
Yeah, I can see breakers especially. That's a favorite for the Night Elves usually. Second Ancient of War by DC, which really confuses me.
Huntress
The big
Hall as
upside
well.
of the Dark Ranger is she can be played very creep heavy without needing much Ancient of War because of all the skeletons.
It's Huntress
Going
though.
for-
Huntress Hall, double Ancient of War.
Dark Ranger hunts? What?
Maybe no expo, but a big push against an expansion of HawK. I mean, if he gets her to level 3, it's pretty powerful. Lots of skeletons. Level 2. No dispel. Almost no dispel.
Yeah. There it is. Dark Ranger is level 2.
3.
Level 3, exactly. Level 2 skeletons will be by her side soon. But he doesn't have any of the level 2 skeletons out yet. Oh, he's just ultra all in
Oh man.
with the most aggressive strategy you can perhaps go for.
Do you think that DC is letting Starshape play?
Well, if it was Starship, it would be more hunts and more keeper. Ooh, look at these peasants at the expansion. The Dark Ranger gets 1 kill. He's gonna get a 2nd kill. Towers aren't finished yet, but towers will come up. Big delay of the actual expansion. This could be all peasants perhaps going down.
And summon the dead, little lady. Okay, now a Dispel is coming in, plus piercing damage, and the Arcane. Oh, that's all the skeletons gone almost. Almost no mana for the Dark Ranger either. This Arcane, dude. Woo. Was pretty much the hard counter to this Dark Ranger play.
Okay, HawK delays his expansion a lot with this. DC, he's not teching, he's not expanding. It's just hunts and Dark Ranger. Seems like she needs some mana though.
Yeah, spend a lot on Black Arrow. Needs to go all the way back.
Yeah. Healing up now and then creeping the marketplace, getting 5 skeletons, and then going into the main could be a good idea.
Double Arcane was very expensive. Calling the Militia was very expensive. HawK is also supply stuck with the farm killed. Of course, this will fix itself once the expo is up, but, you know, can't get more lumber workers at the moment.
Who's coming? Is it AP time?
Wow.
Not yet.
Has to build them here. On the other shore, it's a little safer, but of course requires a lot more time.
Ooh, 2 peasants on the wrong side. And 1 going down, turning into a skeleton.
Or on the right side, depends on who you're rooting for. Clap, still a powerful weapon against this though.
I'm very surprised it didn't split better against the clamp. It's very obviously what the MK will be trying.
Oh! Ouch, that was the last one though.
Yeah, that was pretty complacent there, honestly, with the positioning. You have to split against the MK. The Dark Ranger needs more skeletons.
Yeah, feels like she needs more everything. There's also no APs. The Wisps, if they're there for detonate, then you're definitely too late for that. Okay. Builds the APs now here. No water elementals. Still lots of raiders. HawK is getting a lot of mercs. This is a cancel for sure.
Yeah, LiilD.C could be going for the green camp into an attack, or the marketplace into an attack, or the other Murloc camp into an attack for lots of skeletons, but he's not using the Dark Ranger with her strongest weapons. He used the skeletons only for creeping, not for actually attacking, and he's getting destroyed. Completely destroyed.
HawK is making not only you pay, but LiilD.C as well for this strategy. His tactics worked out well yesterday, DC. Best Swedish run in a long, long time, but this run ends here.
Yeah. Comes out with a pocket strat. Last time we played on ladder, I guess it worked better. I still think if we had gone into the north marketplace, get the item, maybe find a scroll, maybe buy a clause, push into the main. Could have been his game maybe, but fighting into the expansion without skeletons and with there being 2 arcanes, there was no way this was ever going to work. Even if the MK doesn't get off the craziest claps of all time.
The rally point on the second engine of war was also a little wrong. There were 2 hunches just standing there. Does he have a second shot in pushing the main? He checks. Okay, there's an arcane. Not the best friend. Oh boy of skeletons and 2 ensnares. DC is losing not only to HawK, but also to creeps.
Sometimes the movement bugs out at the marketplace. The units walk in and they get ensnared. Oh man, this is...
3 units
seems
now.
to be where this is ending.
Yikers! Mountain King has mana. You know what that means? We make it clap.
Silence prevents it for a little, but not by too much. There's a heal scroll on HawK as well. Oh, and the claps. Doing a good job!
Yep.
Nerfed by 5 damage on level 2, but still pretty strong. Nice detonate. But HawK's MK, he's about to hit level 5 over here.
Yeah. And instead of a lot of skeletons by killing all the footmen are kind of winning the fight over the huntress. Thanks to double Berserker, double heal, the double Shadow Priest. And HawK's control is really good. Dark Ranger about to fall here. 30, 20. GG! Good luck! Next! And that is something he definitely needs. Because HawK is in the grand final and guess who's waiting? It's of course Happy.
As always, the Emperor waiting the final boss. It's another best of 5 that HawK plays against him. They have had this encounter so many times, and it's been a long time since HawK was able to get the victory, but he's going to try again today. And he is in good shape at the moment, so let's hope for HawK and for some claws.
Exactly, and maybe no mana potions. That would be awesome. As awesome as Mega Balin, who just threw us $25. So, 675 short of our 4K funding goal for Season 4. Alps also with the sub, thank you very much. Not only contributing to the tournament itself, but also to us. That is very, very lovely. Thank you very much for the great content. Our pleasure. Alex612411 with the 11-month resub. Keep up the good work. Will do. Like a peon. Work. Little unfortunate that LiilD.C's run ends so abruptly with a 0-4 today after the big surprise and big upset yesterday. But alright. We got more for you guys. Of course, a little advertisement for W3C. The amazing server for European and American Warcraft 3. Since Blizzard is still working on the ladder and the ranked play, we got you covered. The community got you covered. The community devs got you covered. W3champions.com. Ladder for 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 4-on-4, and FFA with different leagues fitting to every skill range. With the best ping possible. With the best matchmaking possible. With new features like a zoom out, like inventory hotkey remapping and color choice. And a lot more. And what this a lot more is, we'll figure this out. Alongside Floss 2 times daily. Floss is the community manager of W3 Champions, and we'll get him in for an interview after this little break.